Let's take a look at a WordPress plugin called Google Calendar Events, and I want to show you it in action first before we go behind the scenes. So let's take a look at what it looks like on the page. I use a full width format for this page, and the only thing on here is actually a shortcode for the calendar. So the ones that are highlighted are obviously the days with events. When you hover over with your mouse, you get a little pop-up, and you can change the options here for how much information you want to be shown. When you click on New Details, it takes you to an entirely different tab that is part of the Google Calendar. So another thing that I wanted to show you is when you scroll between the months, take a look at this section here. This is also something that is editable. It says do some things, and if you noticed on my homepage, my tagline is learn some things. So there's lots of options to really tie this calendar into the look and feel of the website that you want. All of the settings are actually in the plugin section for this particular plugin. So I'm going to find it here and go to settings, and this is where you set it up. So you're going to add your feed here. I would definitely recommend anytime it's not working to remember that you can come here and refresh it, which makes it quite a bit easier. So let's go ahead and edit it, see what other settings we need to adjust for. So we have here the feed. You can see I copied and pasted here, and I changed where it says thescienceroom.org. Now, retrieving events from and retrieving events until, this can get a little tricky, and if you don't do it correctly, you can run into some problems. So of course you could have it retrieving dates from the beginning of time, and you can have it going until the end of time if you wanted to do that, but I found that it's much better and it loads better if you pick specific dates. But it needs to be in a Unix timestamp. So I'm going to come over here, and it's going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to convert the dates that I want into a Unix timestamp. Now I already have my timestamp, so we're going to go and take a look at that. So this is the beginning of my retrieving, and this is the end. 500 is a pretty good number of events to retrieve. Set your time zone. Both of these can be left blank. You're going to set your time zone, and you might want to experiment on your own with the cache duration. It really depends on how often you change your dates. And I'd like to use the Event Display Builder. You have two options here. I would not use simple display options unless you run into trouble. And then this is where when you hover over the date, you can decide how much information you want in the pop-up. And this is what I have set up here. I'm going to scroll slowly so you can see the different short codes that they have here for you to enter into that pop-up. Lots of different feed information shortcodes, and then conditional shortcodes. This you'll run into these options when you want to have something extending for more than one day. I leave it at display start time, display end time and date, and in that order. All of these I actually just left blank as it was. All of our locations are the same, so that's not necessarily important to put. I do show a link to the Google Calendar page for an event. So like I showed you earlier here, when you click on More Results, this is where it's going to bring you. And I'm going to go ahead and save changes.